We are back with some more Bengals franchise, and we're coming off of an insane Super Bowl game. We're going to be combining the re-sign period in this episode with our little off-season or season recap, showing the stats on the season, awards, and all that stuff. So we're going to combine all that into one. Before we get into that, great freaking Super Bowl. I mean, even if I would have lost, say if I would have went down and scored, and then Trey would have went down, got a field goal to win the game. I mean, that's what a Super Bowl should be. Close, should have huge plays happening. It shouldn't be a blowout. That's what the Super Bowl is all about. The two best teams clashing, not just a pounding of one team. That was probably one of the better Super Bowl games I've seen in these leagues in some time, man. It really was. I mean, I got off to a quick start, and then I started slowing down, and Trey's over here slinging it. He's getting turnovers. He's getting back in the lead, and then I'm down. And then long game-winning drive. I mean, a bunch of third downs converted. It was just both sides. We both played very, very well, and it was just a great game, and I'm happy. I'm happy it was a good game for you guys to enjoy. I'm happy I somehow won it. But before we get into our season, we're going to look at some couple things here. First things first, the retirements. Mark Ingram gone, Gerald McCoy gone, P. River, a.k.a. Philip Rivers gone, Everson Griffin, Mike Capati, Calais Campbell, Dwayne Brown, Richard Sherman, Julian Edelman. So Pittsburgh losing three pretty, solid guys. That sucks for him. Delaney Walker, Mike Remmers, Greg Olson, Dominican Sue, Hauschka, Bruce Irvin, Golden Tate, some no-namers down here, some of the guys not even on the team. But I don't believe, was there any Bengals? I don't think so. Yeah, no Bengals retiring. So I guess that's good to see. Negotiate contracts. There's 6 people. I'm actually going to let all of them walk. I was thinking about re-signing Villanueva, but, I mean, worst case scenario, I get just, throw him another offer in the offseason, and we get him back again. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But I'm letting him walk. Let Don Terry Poe walk. He just came in for depth once DJ Reader got hurt during the season. Gio's going to walk. CJ and Mr. Brown all walking. But I do actually want to re-sign Sam. He's solid. He's a solid player. Good depth piece. Really not asking for too much. 5.5 total for 2 years. I mean, that's really not that much. I'm going to bump it up a little bit. Hopefully you can accept that. I know they're kind of stingy. They're kind of freaking weird in the final re-sign stage. So can we do it? Okay, we got Sam. Perfect. Sam back on the squad for 2 seasons. Just like I can move him around left side, right side, depending on if we get an injury. So he's just a solid depth piece to have. Other than that, I'm letting all these other guys walk. So glad we got Sam back there in the re-sign stage. Moving on, I guess we could talk about our season. We'll go take a look at some stats. This is our first full season with the Bengals. Obviously, we took over with the Bengals in the first year, but we took over with like four. I think it was 4 games left in the season. So I like to compare, stats from first season to last season, but I don't even want to. I just throw those stats out the window because we only played like 4 games or something like that. So this was our legit first season, and Joe Burrow is slinging it, man. 4,846 yards, 41 touchdowns, 24 interceptions. I mean, that's pretty solid, man, for his sophomore season there. I think that's sophomore season, his second season. Oops, what did I just do? I didn't mean to do that. 60% completion percentage, average rating of 100.4. I got sacked 39 times. I mean, I can't complain. I cannot complain about Joe Burrow, especially how he played in the playoffs. I think he played absolutely fantastic in all playoff games, really. Joe Mixon, I think he was second in the league in rushing yards. He was fantastic, and once again, especially in the playoffs. I don't know what it was about our team, but we really turned up in the playoffs. Like, we really came out and absolutely dominated. 258 attempts, 1,494 yards, an average of about 6 per carry. 18 touchdowns, not a single fumble from the man. He broke 26 tackles, 432 yards after contact. He was just being an absolute freak. He gets bumped up to X Factor. He's just crazy, man. That guy is just crazy. Our receiving options, once again, solid. John Ross out of the slot. Usually my slot receiver doesn't lead in yards, but for some reason, I guess I shouldn't say for some reason, because when you got someone with this much speed, you got to find a way to use it. I mean, you see Tyreek Hill dominating in real life. You see a bunch of the speed people that got speed can, make things happen in real life. And the whole goal is just get the man in space, let him do what he needs to do, and he got 70 catches for us, 1,519 receiving yards, and 18 touchdowns. Had a great Super Bowl game. I think he had 2 touchdowns in that game, over 100 yards for him. He gets bumped up to superstar, which is nice to see. The rookie Carlos Carey, phenomenal rookie season for the man. 81 catches, 1,245 yards, and 11 touchdowns. Probably the best tight end I've ever used in any of my franchises, like the Giants, all Giants franchise, and this franchise, and the Colts franchise. He's probably the best I've ever used. This dude is a freak. The fact that we got him all the way to superstar and got him this much stats and, looking solid in 1 year, it's going to be exciting to see what he can do in more years down the road. Tyler Boyd, he is our number 1 wide receiver. When there's only one receiver out there, it is Tyler Boyd. I don't know if just these two took more. I just was looking at them more than Tyler Boyd. I wouldn't say Tyler had a bad season. I do like Tyler. I really do. 53 catches, 853 yards, and 9 touchdowns. But he just doesn't. I just don't. For some reason, he just. I guess I shouldn't put it on him. It's more of a me thing. Maybe I am just looking for these two more often, and so Tyler doesn't see as much targets. But he's still a very solid player, and I'm happy to have him as my, my wide receiver 1. Auden Tate, kind of the 4th option in the offense, and I really don't think he did that bad. 49, 667, and 1. 1 touchdown, but that's kind of just because these 3 hogged them all. But he made some big catches for us down the stretch. He's a big body, he's a good possession receiver. I mean, there was that 1 third down in the Super Bowl where I don't know what that route is, where he kind of like runs like a slant, stops, and goes up the middle of the field, and it's in like the trips formation. I forget what it was, but it was like a 3rd down. We slung it in there, and he got smacked and hung on to it. So those are, plays that, John Ross might not be able to make those. Tyler Boyd, he might be able to, but Auden Tate, that's what he's there for. Use that big body, take hits. So I think he had a pretty good season. All around, I think all my receivers had a solid season. Maybe Tyler Boyd a little disappointing. But he got a bunch of touchdowns, so I guess that makes up for it. But I think I think our receivers played fantastic. I'm happy we got, the 3 we got. We re-signed John Ross, re-signed Auden Tate, so I'm happy that they're all ready to go. Got the rookie sensation here lined up for years to come. Joe Mixon out of the backfield, solid as well, 40 for 371 and 2. That Joe does his thing out the backfield, but our receivers were great. There's really nothing to complain. We'll skip blocking. Defensively, 130 tackles from my man Logan Wilson. That's a shitload of tackles for him. Akeem Davis-Gaither at 113, both over 100. Both these guys were fantastic. 11 tackles for loss for him, 14 for Davis. Let's see who led my team in tackles for loss. It is Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary is crazy. Traded for him what did I trade for him? The beginning of the season, I think. And in 1 season, we got him from normal to X Factor. We got him to star and superstar on dev chances, and then X Factor with the end of season rewards. Rashawn Gary's development is crazy. The fact that we can bring him in and in 1 season get him all the way to X Factor. He's got 21 tackles for loss. I think he's 2nd in our team for sacks. That man is just... Rashawn Gary is fucking crazy. Our sack leader is, I think, Carl Lawson, who was a solid option on that right side. And look at this. Our 3rd sack leader is the 6th round pick, Rashad Jackson. Now this dude right here, if someone did not know who this man was and just went and looked and was like, who's this scrub starting? They would think this man's an absolute bum. But Rashad Jackson was honestly pretty fucking legendary for us, man. He made plays. 8 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks. I'm very, very happy to have this man on the defensive line. He's young. He can grow right behind DJ Reader. DJ Reader, I wouldn't say he was bad, but he was banged up. I think he missed... How many games did he miss in the regular season? Where's my games played on this? This should be games. I think he missed like 5 games. He missed, 5 games. So, and I think obviously the one he played, he went out early in. So pretty much 6 games. So I guess you can't really complain about DJ. He got banged up. Didn't really, have the time to prove that he was pretty good. But our defensive line played great. Our linebackers were solid besides Mitch Murray. Davis Gaither was, like I said, an absolute freak. Logan Wilson, a nice season for him. He got the pick in the Super Bowl as well, which is good to see. Mitch Murray, Don't know if he's going to be starting for us next year or not. I might try to upgrade there in the offseason. We'll have to see. He had no sacks, 1 pick, 2 tackles for a loss, and 40 tackles. He started the whole season, never got hurt as well. He did get that huge pick in the Super Bowl, or not the Super Bowl, the wild card game against Pittsburgh, but I think he got a sack in the Chiefs game too. But other than that, I think he'd be a solid depth piece, but I don't know if he's starting caliber if you ask me. But we'll have to see about that. But moving on to our safeties, Clinton Dix was phenomenal. 97 tackles, 7 tackles for a loss, 8 interceptions. Where's the forced fumbles as well? Along with 2 forced fumbles. And I can't complain about him. I don't think I'm going to re-sign him. Once his contract's up, I'm probably going to let him walk just because he's getting up there in age. You think he's going to be entering his 8th season, so he's getting up there in age, but for now, he will do for now. Jesse Bates, there's not much to say about this man, just roaming back there at free safety, making things happen. 93 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, a sack, 2 picks, and 4 forced fumbles for Jesse Bates. This man, I think he's up to like a 90 overall or something like that. 91 overall at star. We got to get this man at the superstar at some point. A 91 overall star. Come on now. We got to get him up. He's going to be our free safety probably for the whole entire series. So we got to get this man up in development. Travis Lumpkin, the rookie. A great rookie season for Travis. I can't really remember what pick. I think it was a 3rd round pick we spent on him. I'm honestly not. I can't really remember too much, honestly. But 82 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 0 sacks. He only got 1 pick, but he really grew a lot. I think he started as like a 69 overall or a 70 overall normal, and now he's he got the morale boost, so he's a 76, but with star dev, and he's got solid stats. Look at the speed: 93 speed, 94 acceleration. I've been working on his man a lot because I kind of like running man a little more with this team than zone, so that's why zone's a little less, but I really like man coverage with this team. It's been working. I blitz a little more at this team. I'm usually not much of a blitzer, but with this team I do blitz a little bit more, and I think it works out. But Travis Lumpkin, he's going to be here for a while. This man's a monster. Mackenzie Alexander, solid season. Super Bowl game obviously was rough. He had that crazy Odell interception, but other than that, he had an okay regular season. Playoffs weren't the best for Mackenzie. They weren't the best, especially the Super Bowl. He was getting toasted by T. Wild all game. But solid season for Mackenzie. I really can't complain for that man there. William Jackson in the slot. He got 5 picks, which is pretty damn good if you ask me. He will probably be in the slot for some time. Don't know if I'm going to re-sign him or not. The corners are kind of tricky. They're all kind of getting up there in age, Like, I think Mackenzie's like 29. I think William Jackson might be like 30. What is he? He's 29, and I know Trey Waynes is 30, so they're all getting up there besides Travis, so it might be, a spot where we got to invest in maybe next season. At the end of next season, maybe we invest in a corner and let some of these guys go. We'll have to kind of figure that out. Trey Waynes, he dropped a pick 6 in the Super Bowl, but, I mean, he don't really play too much. He's just kind of hanging out. But that's that for the defensive side of the ball. I think we played pretty damn good. Who was our pick leader here? Probably Clinton Diggs. Yep, with 8 picks. Who's our forced fumble leader? It's got to be Jesse Bates, right? Yeah, with 4. Okay. Not bad. Kicking, Zane Gonzalez. I missed 4 field goals. Only missed 1 extra point. I mean, that's okay. That's okay. It's nothing crazy. We'll look at the leaders in all these categories. We'll just breeze through them real quick so you guys can see who got the most and all this stuff. No surprise here, Teddy B, 6,000 passing yards. He was slinging it all year long, just being a freak. Rushing leader, James Conner with 2,046 rushing yards. Right behind him, Joe Mixon with 1,494. I am curious about oh, Jesus, he had way more break tackles. Okay, never mind. Holy shit, 57? Wow, okay, so Joe Mixon's not even close to that. That is disgusting. Oh, my God. He is 4th, though, in yards after contact, which is good to see. I like that. I do like that. Receiving leading was Jalen Reagor with 1,996 yards from the man and 23 touchdowns. Holy shit, Philly was slinging the rock, dude. Mike Gesicki at 3rd. John Ross all the way down at 5. Not bad for Johnny there. We'll skip the blocking. Defensively, leading Deion Jones. He always leads in every single league. This dude just always makes tackles. I guess he's always in first place. It's kind of crazy with 141. Logan Wilson at what, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at 6. Okay, that's like one of the first times I've actually had a tackle person or a top 10 in tackles leader. Aaron Donald had 30 tackles for a loss. What an absolute animal. He doesn't play around. Brian Burns with 19 sacks leads the league. Our interception leader was Justin Simmons with 21. He usually leads the league a lot in picks as well. Isaiah Simmons at 18 interceptions. Forced fumble leader is Shaq Thompson with 6. There's just Panthers all over. The Panthers dominated pretty much every single category. They really did. The Panthers just are fucking all over the place. I don't believe we won any yearly awards either, which is a little disappointing. MVP was Lamar Jackson. We had Joe Mixon at 7 and Joe Burrow at 10. Coach of the year was Matt Rule. He went 16-0. Obviously, he's going to win that going 16-0. I mean, of course. Offensive player of the year, James Conner. We had Joe Mixon at 5. That was it. Defensive player of the year is Justin Simmons. Don't think we had anyone. Yeah, nothing there. Offensive rookie of the year was a quarterback, the Steelers quarterback. He deserves it. Carlos Carey got 4th. I believe this man's a running back or wide receiver. I think this might be a quarterback. It's too hard to beat quarterbacks. I mean, I'm not going to win rookie of the year with a tight end when people have got quarterbacks that are doing good. So it's tough to win those. Defensive rookie of the year was Heath Branch. Not sure. I don't really know much about him. No Bengals there. Best QB, Patrick Mahomes. Joe Burrow was 4th. Best running back, James Conner. Joe Mixon was 2nd. Best wide receiver was Tyreek Hill, followed by baby Tyreek Hill and John Ross at number 2. Best offensive lineman, Mitchell Schwartz. Don't believe. Yeah, we had nothing there. Best defensive lineman, Kyle Van Noy. We had Rashawn Gary at 3rd. Rashawn had a great season. He really, really did. He showed out for us. Fred Warner at 1st for the Dolphins, and another Dolphin linebacker at 2nd. That's kind of crazy. No bungles there. Best DB, Justin Simmons. No more bungles. Best kicker, Michael Badgley. Zane Gonzalez at number 7. And that is it for the AFC. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Teddy B. Defensive Player of the Year, Isaiah Simmons. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Chris Stern. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chad Gatis. I think that's how you say his name. Best QB, Teddy B. Best running back, Tevin Coleman. That is weird. Best wide receiver, Jalen Reagor. Zach Martin, best offensive lineman. Aaron Donald, no surprise, best defensive lineman. Chad, again, best linebacker. Isaiah Simmons, best DB. And best kicker is Jake Elliott. So that is that for the awards and the stats. I'm trying to keep this video somewhat short, not trying to talk too much and prolong it too much. If you guys, for some reason, missed the Super Bowl, I'll show you guys again the abilities. What we got the end of the season rewards for offense. We had Joe Mixon that went up to X Factor, so he receives the ankle breaker ability. It says make 20 plus yard receptions, so I'm pretty sure I have to make a couple of those. So is this X Factor just dog shit? Let me know down below, because it's going to be difficult to get him even in the zone. If I have to get a couple 20 plus yard catches for him to even get in the zone. Maybe when he's in the zone, ankle breaker's like insane. He's juking everyone out. I'm not sure, but that's gonna be pretty hard to get him in the zone, I think. Let me know what you guys think about that one. John Ross, I think, got a pretty solid superstar ability. I'm not gonna complain about this one. Mid-out elite receivers with this ability catch more consistently while catching passes 10 to 20 yards from the line of scrimmage outside the numbers. So solid little ability there for John Ross. And defensively, the only upgrade we got was Rashawn Gary to X Factor, which is relentless. The most tenacious defenders beat their blocks by sheer force of will. When they enter the zone, their rush move attempts are free. Once again, I don't know how good that ability is going to be. Please let me know in the comments if I have to user him for his X Factor to work. People in my Twitch stream, they were back and forth with it. Some said I have to user him for him to, the X Factor to work. Some were saying that you don't have to use him, and when he's in the zone, he'll do all his rush or move attempts for free or whatever. Please let me know down below. I want to know how good those X Factors are. I really have no clue, so I feel like they're not the best. Maybe ankle breaker is good, but just getting him in the zone is going to be the tough part. But that is that. I mean, a perfect season. It is a perfect season. I wanted to at least make playoffs for us this year. and we made playoffs. We snuck in, and I was content. If I got bounced first round, I was content with the team we had. I was like, okay, maybe we need another season or two to really be ready to compete. And we got super hot in the playoffs, beat the Steelers in OT, smacked the Chiefs, beat the Dolphins, and had a crazy Super Bowl game and ruined the perfect season for the Panthers. So, I mean, there's literally nothing to complain about. It was the perfect ending to our first full season with the Bengals. We go out, get our first ring with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is going to be dialed in next season. Next episode will be when I'm wrapping up the offseason, so you probably won't see some Bengals content for, I don't know, good 3 to 4 days until we get through the offseason, and then I'll make a video recapping all that stuff. Huge win in the Super Bowl. That game was just absolutely amazing. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Please let me know what those X factors, if they're good or not, because I'm really not too sure. And I'll see you guys in the next one.